because we're going to talk about artificial intelligence in the workplace, not necessarily in doctor surgeries, but why not? A new report's revealed that employees in the UK are concerned about career progression due to the use of AI in the workplace. 64% of bosses are planning to use it and make more automation possible in the next 12 months. Richard, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Great to be here.
Yeah, thanks very much for talking to us. I mean, the doctors' situation has sort of come at us out of the blue yesterday. Obviously, we're always looking at the NHS and how it could be more efficient. A lot of people say AI could be the answer to a lot of the problems, for example, that are faced in doctors' surgeries. You know, so much of what they have to do could be replicated by AI, couldn't it?
Well, I think our approach is very much that you need to have a balance between humans and artificial intelligence and technology. I think what we are experiencing is a rise in technology that we've just not seen before. We've seen technology in AI. It's been around for decades. It's been involved and supporting businesses and the growth of many businesses in the UK for years. What's different this time is generative AI actually does impact the wider workplace. It's going to get everywhere, including doctors' surgeries. And I think there is an opportunity to use technology in the right way with a balance with, you know, the human touch.
And so why is it you think that people worry about it so much? Because some people think their jobs are going to be replaced. Some people think that their advancement in their job isn't going to be as possible if AI kind of kicks in. Do you think people's view of AI is changing, or do you think it's still kind of a little bit perhaps negative?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think there is a lot more that people can do to understand AI. You know, quite often when you think about artificial intelligence, you start to go to movies like Terminator and think the worst is going to be there. No. The reality is that I think there needs to be far more communication. The challenge from my perspective and what we're seeing coming through the report is that many people understand that AI will impact their jobs in some shape or form. They just don't feel that they have been informed or have enough information to understand what that might look like. And the reality is, I don't think AI is necessarily going to completely replace jobs. It's more likely to supplement how jobs are done. And that's a very positive spin on how AI will work. The reality is, I don't think there's enough talk around how that will happen across businesses and their employees.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to give us an example of some AI that worked well in a sort of what you might call a blended workplace with AI and people, I mean, what would that be? I mean, I'm sort of trying to work out what functions AI would perform, if you like.
Well, I think that there are lots of very good examples that you could look to, but you know, if you take something as simple as ChatGPT, which is, you know, that's the thing that people think of now when we talk about AI. You know, we use that in our industry every day. It helps us write better job descriptions. It helps us try and take and eliminate bias out of how we're positioning roles. It complements the role of a recruiter really, really well. And the same can be done in terms of helping GPs, to your point, around being able to get information at a much faster pace. You don't have to go and search Google like you used to. You can go to something like ChatGPT and it can bring a wealth of information to you. Yes, you need to check that information and make sure it's there, but it allows you to speed up many of the things that you've been doing before. So it helps people be productive. It takes some of the strain away from people, and it allows you to do more things more effectively.
Right. And in terms of doctors, I'm sorry to keep harking back to doctors, but I mean, I've been told that in some instances you could get notes basically taken by AI, so you wouldn't actually have to have somebody taking notes of a conversation or taking notes of a sort of an appointment, and then having those notes written up, which would normally be done by a human, but could be saving a lot of time for that human, i.e. a doctor, if it's written up automatically.
Yeah, there are loads of those technologies available. We use a particular technology called MetaView within our recruitment industry, and it's amazing. What it allows you to do is have an interview or a meeting with a patient, and then what that technology does is it effectively records that information. at the end of that interview or that time with the patient, it can create notes that automatically go into a system.
Yeah.
It allows you to search that video if you need to go back and look at a patient's notes, or if you're interviewing somebody, to be able to talk to that candidate or look back for future reference. So that technology is available today. It's very cost effective and it works incredibly well.
Okay. Richard, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Richard Bradley, the Vice President at KellyOCG, which is a company that recruits and manages basically skilled workers and helps job seekers to find work. The AI revolution is kind of slow in coming, but it's definitely coming.